Hello, happy April. And for some people, happy Easter. It's spring. And of course, new fiscal year starts or school year starts. It's been 2 years, well, it's over 2 years since I started this channel. And this is going to be our 3rd year. And if you have not yet watched the previous ones, if you had a chance, please look at them. Okay, today's words are traditional, rural, and burden. Some of you, of course, know those words, but for some other people, okay, if it's the first time for you to learn these words, you are at the right place here. First, tradition. It means beliefs, opinions, and customs handed down from one generation to another. That's tradition. Some countries have long tradition, and some countries have rather short tradition. Well, maybe they don't have any tradition. I don't know. Do you like traditional music or art or lifestyle? Well, some of them have so much value just because we cannot make tradition just like that. No, it has to survive from generations to another generation, and through ages and years and changes, traditions survive. That's the reason we think they are valuable. Do you agree? For example, okay, the father tried to persuade his son that the traditional marriage was very, very important. Or all regions have different customs and traditions that we can say about the nations. Okay, as time goes on, we may eliminate traditions which are meaningless, perhaps, just because old style just does not fit or suitable for the modern ages that we live now. Second word, rural. It means in the country, not in the big cities or capitals or cosmopolitan areas. Rural. For example, rural areas are not densely populated with newcomers. Okay. The rural life is perhaps more peaceful and slower than the urban areas. Which do you like better? Rural lifestyle or urban lifestyle? It is difficult to say. For example, for myself, because I have my work, I have to live in a rather big city. But then I know it costs more to live in the cities than rural areas. Also, people usually can enjoy communicating with your neighbors more often in rural areas than in big cities. Crime rate is lower in rural areas than urban areas, right? But then, of course, if you have to commute to your work or to find jobs, urban areas offer more than rural areas. And also to find new things or to do something outside your family, houses, or within your neighbors. Okay, cities offer more movie theaters, shopping places, restaurants, museums. So that is tough choice. Which you like the better? There's no such a thing which is better. It's just different. Okay, the last word is burden. What is carried or load? Burden. For example, the burden of the country's safety. Well, this time, let's say economical recovery is in the hands of the leaders of the country or the governments of the nations. A little boy found the enormous box, too much of burden, because he's so little and the box is too big, enormous, and looks so heavy, so he can't carry that. So that's a burden. Now, idioms. Today's idioms are, okay, blow up means to destroy by explosion or be explode. For example, why did the soldiers blow up all the buildings when they knew there were people inside? Have you seen that? The sites on television news? That's very sad. Blow up. Or did they have to blow them all up in the cities and even the rural areas? Was it necessary for them to do that? Okay, second word is to do over. It means to repeat or do it again. For example, okay, I sometimes make my students do the practice over when they make too many mistakes. Or, okay, I should do the recordings of my video clips over if I made errors. But in fact, I do not. I know I should, but I don't. So you see my mistakes and errors all the time, but please forgive me for it. Okay, so that's the today's word, idioms. Okay, well, the war between Russia and Ukraine, of course, too many blowing ups, and you could see some scenes are pretty ugly. The buildings, soldiers blew up buildings, hospitals, schools, streets, cars, and even people. That's sad. Well, take care of yourself. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.